Alright. Alright, why do we have all these Zulu knots and parts and things? Really quickly, we lifted this. If you can see, it's about 6N, 7N up in here. Still got a couple black pieces up in here. This is her natural color, which is like a 2N. She has some previous color on the ends. We're about to cover that. We lifted this to about 8 or 7G up in here to reapply something else. And then we have her natural color once again in the front. Turn to me, sweetie. This is Zaseth, by the way. You'll see her at one of the old videos as the No, what were you?
Yeah, schizophrenia.
Bipolar in the hair show last year. So this is going to be her natural color. Now, what are we going to reapply? We just lifted. This is already pre-lighting from a previous my previous service last year. But we're about to reapply dark brown close to black, magenta, RV red, plum, a really rich chocolate brown on this triangle. Okay, and I got a little piece just kind of coming down here for you. You know, y'all always tell me I never show y'all how I did it. Now I'm showing you. I section. Look at this big triangle. That's just a big triangle when you look at it. Look. There's your point. There's the other point. There's another point that comes all the way up to her ear. But then I extended this point to come inside of the brown and the black or dark brown. And this is going to have the magenta red, right? And then this is another triangle. It's kind of a funky triangle. And then I extended this tail down here. So this is really a example of block coloring, right? I could have just did layer on top of layer, but I'm trying to give the idea from every angle on her head. Every time you look at her, it's something different going on. So I'm about to reapply the stains, and we're going to come back and show you the part 2 in a minute. So this is the round 2, right? Bunch of clips on here. And hopefully in the light you can see that that's clearly like chocolate brown, okay? And then you see how the red now is kind of peeking in between the dark brown, which she thinks is black, but it's not going to really be black, but it's going to be dark though, because we had some previous we had to cover. It's still going to be pretty good. And then the brown comes all the way around. Hold your head forward a little bit, as it says. Okay, it comes all the way down, which it is dripping. It happens. It happens. I'm about to put a cotton on there, but I wanted to show y'all before we put the cotton what it was look like. Okay, the brown comes all the way down to here. Then the red starts. Comes around here, triangle, all the way up. Hold your head back to me. Boom, and it comes all the way up to there. Then we have the dark again on top, almost like sandwiched in. Look forward. Those brown eyes are going to be really brown in a minute. Alright, so that is the placement. Now when you see it fall, that's when y'all going to be like, damn! I'm just playing. I guess this is round 3 now, so it's blown out. You can see where we had the red on one side. Turn this way from Mr. Seth, my shoulder. Okay. Boom, and you see under this side you have the brown. Right, that's all underneath here. All that is brown underneath, or like the copper brown kind of milk chocolate or whatever. This way, then underneath this black. There's a lot more black on this side. You can see the red is under. Ugh, that's nasty. Turn around. And we haven't finished the whole front line, but turn this way. Really pretty how you can see the black is the top of the haircut, red here and brown here. We're about to finish all the layers, and you'll really be able to. That's pretty cool. You can see brown on one side, red on the other, black up top. It's going down. Turn to the back a little bit. Then underneath here again is another set of black. It's just retarded. She's scared of color over there. All that hair over there. I'm a drugger. Slip something in her drink. And we will be back in one more time. We on our. That's a nice little profile.
There you go. I'm recording.
Okay, you're recording. Okay. So of course we have to go inside now, and we've layered it. You see all the hair in her hand, and it's always good. But this allows us to kind of to break it up. I'm going to go in there again. Now we see where those parts, if you remember where we placed where the brown went, and what we do on the base as far as how we part it is going to determine what the hair looks like when it's falling down, especially in this case if you got, I mean this is probably about 30 inches of hair, about 12, 24, at least about 26 inches of hair. So it's pretty cool that we have the black kind of on top, which generally we'll see that on the bottom. You know what I mean? A lot of people go dark at the bottom. It's in this top layer right here. This is our guide, believe it or not, for the entire haircut. And this kind of determines where the layers are going to be. And this is a good way to talk to the client, point them to the mirror. Get in the habit when you're out there as stylist to face your client to the mirror, especially in our brown salons, if you know what I'm talking about. It's not just a European thing. That way we can talk, and we almost feel like we're cutting it together. We tell her, look, I'm going to cut it here. That means your layers are going to start falling at the jawline. Gets her confidence up to understand it's not going to take any of the length away. And we just pull everything up to this guide, right? For instance, I cut this already, but I'm going to just kind of trim it. That way as it goes down, it gets longer. Pull another section. See? As it's up here, it looks even, but of course when we let it down, it's where all of her length goes. And then the same thing goes for here. Now we're trying to cut this section and layer it, but we're using this as a guide. So now I just carve out another, almost like pie graph. Here's my guide, but I'm trying to cut this section. Not cutting here, not cutting this. I'm just cutting this one section. Pull everything up to the guide. Remember, this is what's hitting her shoulders, so we don't want to cut that bottom. Now the black becomes, you can see what's underneath it now. There's no point in coloring and then you can't see the color underneath. That's kind of boring. It still can be pretty, but movement comes from layers. Alright. So now we're going to take the clip down and do one more. Oops, sorry about that if that hurt you, man. One more, almost like pie section. Take the guide up. This is a way to kind of get a quick layered haircut without a bunch of clips. Alright. Again, this is what's hitting her. Don't touch that. Now the red, and you can start to see underneath. And we'll come back when the haircut is finished all the way. This is where the layers come in, being able to see the dark, the medium, and the light. If not, it's just going to be long, and you're not going to be able to see everything. The light spritz. We are going to an event, and it's not humid outside, but enough to hold her hair, because her hair wants to go back straight if we press it. Not really curling in any particular order, just trying to give it body so you can see all of the different dimensions of the color. Really pretty. And remember, the bottom is going to give you now all three. That's really pretty right there. Can you get that? Where you can see the red beginning, the brown kind of tip down to the beginning. That's just pretty. So again, I'm going to show you the finish in just a minute, but you were able to see from the beginning to the end almost how we place the color in order to get all of these different things going on. So now just a simple curl becomes a lot more exciting because of the color placement and the cut. We'll be back. Alright, this is the finish. Come on close. Turn around, look, she's already posing. Okay, so you can see, ma'am, chocolate, well, got the little brown peeking out right here. Right, turn again. So this side has all of the brown, but then turn slowly, turn, other way, other way, other way. Boom, you see the red jumping off, which is the length. Ooh, that's ridiculous. So instead of dark at the bottom, next time y'all try dark at the top. Turn around. That's really pretty. And the shirt all day.
You make me feel so high. I want to. Make me feel so